Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Triple M here, and today we're taking a look at the Hiboy S2 MAX electric scooter. Now, this is one of those products that I reached out to Hiboy, wanted to take a look at. They agreed to send one out to me, so we're going to put it through its paces today. Now, a little bit about Hiboy. They are well known for their electric scooters. They do have a wide range of affordable scooters built solidly. And I'll leave links in this video where you can go ahead and check out the different products on their website. Now, this one in particular is the S2 MAX. It does give you up to a 40-mile range, 220 pounds max weight, upgraded 500-watt motor. So you should see a little bit more kick as far as power. Now, the max speed on this is 90 miles per hour. Of course, this is going to depend on your actual weight. So we're going to put it through its test today. In addition, this does come with two 10-inch air-filled tires. No suspension on this one, but we're going to see how smooth it is. So in this video, we are going to get it unboxed, go through the different features, go through the LCD, go through the application. If you guys have any questions after watching this entire video, drop it in the comments below. As always, shout out to Hiboy for sponsoring this video. Let's go. So packaging was really good, guys. The box wasn't undamaged as it was delivered, and when you open on the inside, you do have a lot of padding just to make sure the scooter is protected. Now, as far as the dimensions of the package, it's 46.75 times 24 times 8.75 inches. Now, package weight is 47 pounds, and once you get everything unboxed, the item itself is only 41 pounds. Now, as far as the insulation was pretty straightforward. You can see right here that this was mostly put together already. The only thing that you needed to install is the handlebars, and they made that pretty easy to do. So once you get all the foam removed, all you need to do is put it in place. They do provide two screws where you can go ahead and lock that in and make sure it's secured. Now, also in the box, they had the user manual, a quick start guide, so you can follow the steps there, get it set up pretty quickly. They also had the battery charger, of course, so you can see some of the specifications right there. The end of the charger is going to look like a standard DC plug, and they did also provide the Allen keys as well as an air hose to fill the tires up. So got it set up within 10 minutes, maybe less, and I was able to ride it around the garage just to make sure it's working properly. So let's do a quick walk around the scooter itself. Now, on the top, you're gonna have two grips, really made of good rubber. Feels real comfortable when you're gripping them. On the left side of the handlebars, you're gonna have your brakes. The brakes, of course, it runs orange cable that goes through the frame and goes all the way to the brake assembly at the front wheel, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. Next to the brakes, you're gonna have the bell, and the bell is a truly simple design, guys. The bell is there, of course, but next to it, all you have is a rubber piece that you pull back and let go. Really simple, and I like that they didn't overcomplicate this piece. Now, moving to the center, you're going to have your main LCD display, and when you turn that on, there's going to beep up. It's going to give you the mode that it's in, your current speed, and it does have a Bluetooth setting, which is what allows you to connect this to the application. And we'll get into the app here in a little bit. So nice bright colors, looks really good, tells you your ride mode, tells you your speed. Below that, you're gonna have your battery percentage. Two red to the left, green to the right, just kind of let you know where your battery is. And last but not least, in the center, you're gonna have the main button, and that does have a couple functions. And let's go over the different functions. So press once, it is gonna turn on your headlight. Press again once, it is gonna turn off your headlight. If you press twice, this is gonna cycle between the different ride modes. So you have eco, press twice, goes to drive, press twice again, is going to go to S for sports, and that's going to be your fastest mode. Now, if you press 3 times, this is going to activate your cruise control, and the cruise control, I tried it out, it's pretty good. It gives you your finger a break if you just want to cruise along without having to press the accelerator. So all you need to do is press 3 times, and the cruise control indicator will show in the right side. So that's basically it, guys. To turn off the device, do a long press, it will go ahead and turn it off. Below the LCD, you do have the hook that actually hooks when you fold the device. We'll show you that here in a little bit. Moving over more to the right, you have your accelerator, and this is going to be a standard lever that you activate with your thumb. So you don't need to twist in order to activate this. Good job overall with the layout with the thumb accelerator. I actually like that over the twist. I do feel like it's a little bit easier to activate, more control in my opinion as well. But in the comments, let me know if you guys prefer the twisty or you like a thumb lever like this one. So just checking out the overall build of the device, I think they really did a good job. Solid metal, the base itself does feel really solid. Nice long base where you can actually have your foot behind or side to side, and whichever way you feel comfortable with a scooter, you should be able to achieve it. The battery charging receptor is going to be on the right side, and it has a flip cover with some water protection. As far as the battery itself, this is a ultra long range battery. So remember that we do have regenerative braking. So what that does is when you let go of the accelerator, it kind of pushes some charging back into the battery, and that kind of helps everything out. The battery itself is going to be a 52 piece high capacity 48 volt battery, and this is at 11.6 amp hours. As I mentioned, maximum range is 40 miles. Of course, this is going to depend on your weight, and this range was calculated with a full battery on someone that weighed 150 pounds. So for me, I weigh 220 on a bad day, so this is probably going to be a little bit less, and I'll test it out here in a little bit. As far as the wheels and tires, we're looking at two 10-inch air-filled tires. These are smooth. Remember that this scooter does not have any springs or shocks, so the tire is going to do most of the dampening. These are 10-inch tires. It's supposed to be really good at absorbing bumps. Gives you max comfort, and remember that the maximum weight on this is 220 pounds. Now over to the motor, and we need to talk about this a little bit. Now this is a 500 watt motor, and this is extremely powerful for a scooter. Just to put this in reference, the e-bike that I reviewed not too long ago had a 500 watt motor, and this is for a much larger device that weighs a little bit more. So putting this on a scooter is kind of ridiculous. Now, as far as the lighting on the scooter, you have your front headlights, which you can turn on and off. You also have rear running lights, which doubles up as the brake lights, and you do have reflectors on the side. Now, turn on the headlights is a simple tap on the main button on the scooter itself. Alternatively, you can also turn this on with the actual applications. The rear lights are always going to be on when the scooter is running. However, when you press the brakes, it is going to light up and just let whoever's behind you know that you're planning to stop. So I think overall integration is really good. I do love that they also added reflectors on both sides, in the front and in the rear. So if someone's approaching you from the side, then you'll be more visible. But the headlight itself looks really good. It is really functional, and it does provide enough light in to be seen and to get by when it's dark. Now, speaking of brakes, the S2 electric scooter does come with a front wheel, a mechanical drum brake. Just for my frame, I am 220 pounds. This brake is sufficient, and the cool thing about this is that it does have adjustments where you can tighten it to your feel, your comfort, and overall it works well for me. Now, in addition to the front brakes, it does have regenerative brakes in the rear wheels. So explaining regenerative brake, basically when you're not on the accelerator, the friction from the motor in the back will slow the vehicle down. So this definitely helps a little bit, but for most of your stopping power, you're gonna wanna stick with the front brakes. Of course, with transportation, this folds very easily. So basically 2 steps. You undo the lever on the front, fold down the handlebar, clip it in the back, then you can carry it around, place it in your vehicle, and you have that flexibility to take it around with you. When it's folded, the dimensions are 44.1 inches by 18.9 by 20.9 inches. And just to put that in comparison, the unfolded size is 44.1 by 18.9 by 48 inches. So can be carried in public transportation, can be stored in your trunks, elevators, subways, and anywhere that you have limited space. So wanted to test everything in the 3 different modes just to see what the maximum speed for each mode was. Now before I do, I should let you know that you can change the unit of measurement from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, and you can do this all in the application. I also noticed that the speed was a little bit off from the GPS to the actual device and what the device is reading out. So starting with eco mode, my maximum speed there was 9 miles per hour, even though it showed 12 or so on the main display. Over to the medium or the D, this gave me a maximum speed of 13 miles per hour on the phone, which would be about 16 or 17 on the display. And last but not least, speed or the sport mode, maximum speed on my phone was 17 miles per hour, which is about 20 on the actual device. So in between the 3 different modes, there was a 3 or 2 miles per hour difference. But what I try to do is just make sure that I was on a flat surface. That way I wasn't going down hills or up hills, and that way the test will be somewhat accurate. Now the actual range was really difficult to calculate because it does fluctuate based on your weight and the type of terrain that you're navigating. So for instance, if you're going over hills, it is going to see a decline in that range. If you're going downhill, it's going to be an improvement, and if you're going off-road, it is going to fluctuate as well. So like I said, my size, I'm about 220. I did see a range around 25 miles, but this is going to be different for each person. Now let's go over the application. I did like the application. It really gave us a lot of additional options that you don't get on the scooter itself. So one thing I noticed out the bat is that the map on the application didn't work for me. I'm not sure if I did something wrong, but if you guys were able to get this working, let me know how you did it. It seemed like it was stuck in China somewhere. I couldn't get it to pull up my actual location. Now on the app itself, you have the option to change the unit of measurement up top. So you have the kilometers per hour, but you can switch it to miles per hour. Now below that, you do have your Bluetooth on and off. You do have the option to turn your light on and off from the application, and you do have the lock. And the lock was very interesting because what it did is actually locked up the wheels. So if you turn the lock on and try to push the scooter, it will beep on the scooter. Then it will kind of gently push the scooter back in place. So I think that was very cool. It do have the speed mode option. So you have the 3 adjustment that we do have on the actual LCD. And we do have the cruise control on and off as well. Like I said, all of these built-in application features I found were pretty useful. And like I said, the only thing that I didn't find to work properly was the map on the actual application. Now overall, I think this scooter was pretty impressive. Even though I didn't get the full 40 miles per hour, I do understand that this was done on a lighter person than myself, so I do get that. But for me, what it was giving me, about 25, seemed pretty reasonable. Also, I love the design, love the fact that it's foldable, regenerative braking is up, plus all the lights, the bells, the accelerator, and I think this is a great addition if you're someone who commutes, especially in a city, or if you just want something that you can have a lot of fun with. Now, in addition to everything I covered, this is also IP4 water dust resistance, so it won't damage the scooter if you get splashes or moisture on the device itself. This also comes with a 1-year warranty, and the price on this is currently $764, which is about right for a scooter that gives you this range, this power, and has all these features. Now, big shout out to Hiboy for sponsoring this video. I will leave a link in the description. If you guys have any additional questions about this, drop it in the comments. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.